I have a complicated relationship with my mom. I find it very hard to talk about. She always tries to embarrass me, like when I was in first grade and she was stuck in the bathroom. Basically, we had a school fair that day, and they had parents sign up and volunteer to host activities for the kids at the fair. My dad couldn't come since he was busy with work, so my mom took the role and she signed up for Storytime Corner, where she had to read a book to all the kids. Things were going fine at first, but when it was my group's turn for Storytime Corner, things took a turn for the worst. My mom only just started the book when suddenly she had to go to the bathroom, so she paused the reading and left. It took her 44 minutes to come out of that goddamn bathroom. Why? She was having the time of her life in there, farting it up 'cause it helps keep the spirit of Thomas alive, according to her. My teacher got so frustrated and impatient with her that she took my mom's job and finished the reading herself. All the kids in my group laughed. It was so embarrassing.
I want to bring up the fact that I myself have dealt with abuse. I, especially the kind related to being sexually molested as a child, or a preteen, really. Back when I was a kid, when I was growing up, while my family wasn't terrible in the sense that the parents didn't love me, and both me and my older brother were definitely loved. Let's just say that my biological mom wasn't entirely great with her morals when it comes to the right thing. But honestly, that was nothing compared to my stepdad. He was alright overall when I was a kid, but then something happened when I started to become a preteen that changed. Like a weird switch got turned on in his brain. And that it started off pretty small enough, but it led bigger and bigger. First, he started to show me adult content, if you know what I mean. He then started to touch me inappropriately, but I didn't really realize that. But what I did know is that I didn't like it. Unfortunately, due to my lack of understanding of what was going on, when I did try to speak up about it at first, I miscategorized it as tickling. But what else was I supposed to describe it when I didn't know what the word was for what was happening? That is, until in my school, we had a video where it talked about how that kind of stuff happens with people. And one of the grown-ups were like, when something like that happens with inappropriate touching, you should speak up. And that's when I realized what exactly was going on. Some of what was happening in the video was exactly happening to me. So, I did. Next thing I know, the police are at my house. Me and Damon are being taken to our grandma's house and staying there for some time. And then we were brought back into my biological mom's home. But apparently this was under the condition that my stepfather was not allowed to come back in. Long story short, she let him back in. And I'm going to hate to admit this. Oh boy. Thanks to that incident and the fact that I was a preteen, I went into certain discovery of myself because I was trying to understand what the appeal was. And I Actually, like when I was prompted with the possibility of trying those activities out again with my stepfather, out of my sheer curiosity, I let it. And I still feel bad about it even to this day. I don't know if I can say for sure that I did it because my mind was so warped. It was out of the whole curiosity or what. Or if it was the grooming was so severe that it fucked me up that much. It still hurts to this day when I really truly think about it.
Witches, creatures that are pure evil, born from the innocence of girls that have gone bad. They terrorize, kill the innocent, lead them to their doom. Humans have always fought back witches, witch burnings, witch trials, all done in their view of what they believe in to protect this place called Earth. Because a witch is pure evil, so saith the human race. But what if one of these witches wasn't evil? What if one witch could be good? Imagine if one of these girls that got cursed and turned into a witch actually still remained their nice selves. Wouldn't that be great? I want to bring you all the story of a witch that was able to beat society, to prove to everyone that she wasn't evil. She's gonna have to go through prejudice, hardship, friend loss, betrayal, and other witch trials per se. This is the story of a witch named Rebecca Starlight and her friends that she has, both the old and the new. She's gonna prove to the world that a witch can be good. This is a story that I myself have been working on for the past couple of years. It's gonna be my biggest accomplishment ever. It's all done. The writing of the scripts, the search for voice actors and editors. I got them ready. However, there is a hurdle that I sadly must bring up, the financial side. In order for me to bring out the best story that I can to this world, I need some help. In order for me to show you my true talents, I need you guys to support me financially. I understand that it's gonna be expensive, but any sort of donation that leads to my goal will mean the world to me. If you do donate, I will allow people to see this project early when it gets finished, as well as give out rewards like art posters on my series. If you've listened to me this far, then you have my respect. I don't know if I will succeed in this, but I will do whatever it takes for me to create this dream project of mine. A project that I've been trying to figure out for the past 10 years of my life. I have finally figured out what it is going to be, and with your help, I can make it a reality. Thank you for listening to me. Let's try to make my dreams come true.
Rebecca, at 24, planned on moving in with this 17-year-old, out of state, as soon as they turned 18, someone who Rebecca also called her closest friend. But in the end, Rebecca broke up with Lena because Lena called the child predator Nekopan an abuser. Like, what the actual fuck? This DM also proves that this 17-year-old and a child predator were both in Rebecca's circle at the same time. And it proves that Rebecca was making this plan to move in with someone who was, at the time, 17, while Rebecca was defending a child predator. This is the entire experience of this video, finding so many new revelations that just make everything so much more awful. Back to the video. Hopefully you won't get any more interruptions like this. Even if Rebecca has somehow managed to skirt the law on all of this shit, she has not only created an environment of child predation, she has allied herself with child predation, and she has taken part in child predation. Rebecca Koreski is a danger to others. She is a danger to minors. She's not even just a danger to minors. She is a danger to anyone she comes into contact with, and she takes advantage of anyone that she can. And I am going to go through all of the other pain and suffering that I've uncovered in our investigation of the kind of piece of shit that Rebecca really is. As this video goes up, the next course of action of the investigation team is to report as much as what we found to as many authorities as we can find. Much of this already has been reported, if everything has gone according to plan. This video is not monetized. This was intentional. I didn't want to censor myself as much as possible. Any censorship has just been done to avoid being age-gated. I wanted to talk about Rebecca's crimes as starkly as I possibly could. Unfortunately, lawsuits and lawyers are expensive. In the next few weeks or so, I will be figuring out exactly how to pursue civil and criminal charges against Rebecca Królewski with the entire investigation team, with any and all legal recourse that I possibly can. And to do that, I'll have to make a GoFundMe. It's not something that I want to do. But as I said, lawyers and lawsuits are expensive. And Rebecca needs to pay for everything that she's done. If this whole ordeal was just me, I wouldn't ask. If you can't spare a few bucks, that's fine. All I really ask is that you spread this video as much as possible. Rebecca is not a joke. She's not just a thorn in my side anymore. She has hurt so many people. My closest friends, and so many people that I didn't even know were suffering in such terrible ways. Members of the team are going to try and do what they can to help Rebecca's many, many victims. A question that I know will be asked is, why me? Why did MrEnter make a video on Star Giant Production? Even though I've done it before, I'm not a drama guy. I don't like making videos like this. It's once every few years at most. That's even taking into consideration that everyone knows that Rebecca is tangential to me. And I will say, Rebecca's continued existence on the internet does make me feel guilty isn't the wrong word, but I feel actually and actively dirty that I may have given Rebecca any sort of relevance by bringing her into my staff. As for why me making this video, for the longest time, I guess I was expecting someone else to do it. This wasn't my area of expertise, and I thought that Rebecca was the kind of lolcow that tends to attract attention. But no one came. There was always bigger fish to fry. She would have completely avoided attention from the world around her if she didn't fuck up so bad during the whole Necopon situation. But even from my distance to the whole event, I learned more and more and more. I couldn't sit on my hands anymore. I had to do something. 'Cause, well, somebody had to do something. I had to just put all of this shit to a stop. And as I investigated myself, it seemed that no one else had the full picture on exactly who Rebecca Królewski really is. And many of the people who did try to get involved ended up making things so much worse. What I'm about to say is only tangentially related, but it has to be stated. A name that kept coming up again and again in the Star Giant Productions investigation was Mystic Mongrel. Fuck Mystic Mongrel. They are worse than Rebecca. The shit that she's allegedly done is something that I will never, ever forgive. And if Mongrel gets close to any member of my team ever again, they are next to get a video like this, and I will find every measure I can to contact law enforcement. I don't even care. The things that Mongrel is accused of made me feel nauseous and also caused me to break down. I got nauseous a lot during this video. I was horrified a lot during this video. Even had to cry at times. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I haven't had a good night's sleep in a week. People laugh at Rebecca. I'm going to continue to say, I don't find this funny. She can say as much stupid shit as she wants. That's not the point. I didn't imagine that the rabbit hole went as deep as it did. And I have a feeling that this is only the tip of the iceberg. You know, I portray myself as a detective solving mysteries here, but I really am only an amateur when it comes to these real-life, super serious situations. I can't believe that Rebecca is as stupid as she portrays herself. And my darkest nightmares, the worst fear of this whole situation, is that Rebecca is not as shameless as she lets on. This person that displays her crimes for the world to see admits that she did wrong proudly, thinks somehow admitting every single crime she did exonerates her. She displays her fetishes out in the open, including sexualized depictions of minors, sexualized depictions of real people in the YouTube community. Does this person really have no shame? Or is there something darker in the closet lurking just under the surface? I hope not. I'd like to be able to sleep again tonight. I also hope it's clear why I had to make this video. And I hope to any divine power it's the last time that I ever have to make one like this. Rebecca, I say this to you. I am going to pursue every legal and criminal channel against you possible. I do not care if I bleed myself dry and use everything I've got. You have gone too far. I know I'll never get through to you. I'll never change you. I'll never convince you that you did anything wrong. I know that. You will never change. You will always be this broken person. But I will do whatever I can to try and help the people that you've hurt, and also stop more people from getting into your web. And I'm not letting you run. Rebecca, my team has archived everything. Your entire internet presence. Every video on your channel has been downloaded. Your Twitter, your DeviantArt, your Discord server. It's all archived. You are not allowed to run.
I have a rule about my takes. If they are 2022 and onwards, they are fair game. But anything 2021 prior is not allowed.
Yeah, let's see if that's a good legal defense, fucker. If you try to jump to another account, we will find it, we will identify it, I will put it on blast. You are not escaping this, Rebecca. This is who you are. This is your presence on the internet. Forever. As long as I still stand. To my audience, please signal boost this as much as possible. I want as many people as possible to know who Rebecca is and what she has done. If you make a video on Rebecca, send it to my social media email. As long as the video is accurate and doesn't break TOS, we will make a community post featuring every video we get sent through here, once a week. And while the next few weeks will be very busy, the team will do our best to accept and reply to interviews. I'm even going to leave my Twitter DMs open. That should let you know how serious the situation is. Tomorrow, I'm planning on having a stream at 8 p.m. Eastern to further talk about Rebecca and answer any questions that you guys might have. I'll see you all then. Please stay safe and take care. My name is Jonathan Rosansky, the mysterious MrEnter, signing out. Regular programming will resume shortly.